But
Yeah.
let's get into the social issues, because
Okay. Yeah.
this is what's really important going on right now.
Yeah. So obviously, yeah, we know what happened with George. We've
Yeah.
seen the aftermath.
Yeah, exactly. So, but before we go any further, in terms of what happened to George Floyd, right?
Mhm.
Uh, I did not know the whole story. So I watched the video. I watched the videos of the reporter reporting on that video that went viral of this man having a cop kneel on his, or put a knee
Yeah.
to the back of his nape of his neck, and essentially suffocate him, right? But I did not know why this man was arrested, right? I did not know why he was arrested. I just looked at the video and I was like, whatever he did, he didn't deserve that
To
type of
die.
treatment, because it wasn't warranted,
And it's
right?
white. Let's just remind the people that there is white people out here who literally shot up a church and killed 9 people, and shoot
Exactly.
up schools and kill 23 people, and get arrested normally and just get put to jail, and they're alive.
Exactly. This is true. This is true.
So don't say anything. Sorry. So don't say anything like, "Oh, he's using a fake $20 bill," or blah blah blah. Like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah. So apparently it wasn't fake.
Yeah, that's what I found out too today. I found that out today or yesterday. I heard
It,
it wasn't even
so
fake.
okay. So I was talking to my friend about this. He lives in LA. That's my man Terrell T. Him and I were just having a conversation about this and some other things. And I was like, yo, so this man's life was taken, or was the rolling ball or the snowball effect of this man's life being eventually taken was because of this cashier's incompetence?
That's what I'm saying. Imagine. I want to know. I want to speak to this store owner and see, like, and understand what the fuck they were really thinking. Like, how do you literally caused a man to die over something that wasn't even true?
And for the cops to come there and put this man in handcuffs for what?
And beat him up inside the car. Did you see that as well?
I didn't see that. I heard that as well.
I saw a video of them. They beat him up in the car. They were punching him and beating him up in the car first, and then took him outside and then killed him. Yeah.
So you tell me incompetence is what took this man out? Incompetence in two folds.
Mm-hmm.
Because the people in the business didn't know what they were doing, and the cops that arrested him didn't know the fuck they doing as well.
Mm-hmm.
How do you not know that how do you know when a man says he can't breathe?
It's not that they didn't know, it's that they didn't care, and they didn't think, like, they thought it was like he deserved to die simply because of the fact that he was black. Like, that's literally it. They saw him as a threat, and like I saw a lot of descriptions of him as being a gentle giant.
Mm-hmm.
And so they saw him, this big tall black guy, like, whose skin color is black. They're afraid of him. And so they thought, might as well. I'm going to exert my power on this guy and prove that I am bigger and more powerful than him. And then it ends up killing him. And
Exactly. And so that Tuesday that we did the podcast, they started protesting, right?
mm-hmm.
And that protest turned into rioting and looting,
Mm-hmm.
and it popped up not only in Minneapolis, in Atlanta, Dallas, LA, Chicago, New York, etc.
London, Japan, Germany, Denmark,
Yeah.
here, Montreal.
Oh, those French knows how to party. Those French people know how to party. If you guys need brush up on your history, French Revolution, they don't come to play. The French riot, the French protest every third of the month. I don't know. The French love this shit. But yeah, you see like social media everywhere,
mm-hmm.
just showing people in unison protesting for the injustice of not even of George Floyd, because a lot of people I'm talking, I mean, mainly my guys in the United States, like Terrell, he was saying, George, we've been rioting. Like, if you know about LA, they had the Watts riot in like the 60s, and then they had the Rodney King riot in like 92.
Yeah.
And they burnt that motherfucker down. Like, LA don't play. So they have their own element. But in general, like the collective experience as Black people in America, and I'm not even just say America, but there's a collective,
around the world.
Yeah, there's a collective experience, a Black experience that Black people have around the world, right? But more specifically, when we're talking about this situation in America, it's is fucked up.
Next
So
level, yeah.
they're telling me that George Floyd is not the pinnacle of what they're doing. It's just the last straw that a lot of them feel that they have.
Last straw, and I also feel like the timing of it, because literally the entire world is on pause right now because of the COVID-19. Nobody's working, nobody has school, so everyone actually has time to come together in unity and show their support for
Yeah,
these injustices that have been going on for years. At other times people were working, they couldn't necessarily get off work, like, and certain people have to work to make a living. So
exactly.
like now that these people all have the time, every celebrities are even in on it. Like the biggest celebrities you could think of are in there too.
Yeah,
So I think that's important. And then with these protests happening, it essentially did lead to the arrest of the officer, of only Derek, only the
yeah.
one.
And
Um,
people, I don't want to
yeah, no,
pause.
go ahead.
And people are talking about they got the wrong guy. They're talking about they didn't arrest the right guy. This is someone else. They're trying to pin it on someone else.
Oh, I saw that because of his hairline. I
I
saw
was like,
that.
bro, this is what we doing? Conspiracies?
I don't know. Like, I understand. I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think it's a matter of making sure they actually get the right person, to be honest with you. I think it's just because in America they cover that shit up like crazy. So it's like, I don't know. It's just, yeah. But they keep in mind, they didn't arrest him because they thought that what he did was wrong. Because on that first or second night of protests, instead of the police being in the city of Minneapolis and trying to help tone down the looting and stuff, they were all on the front line of Derek's house. Because they arrested him to keep him safe from everybody on the outside who literally want to fucking kill him. Which I mean, shit, feed him to the dogs. I don't care. Like, I don't really care.
uh, yeah. And they're also talking about his wife is giving divorce. Like, we really give a fuck? Like, I don't
I
really care.
also, I don't know how credible this is, but I also heard that his wife is actually the Asian officer's sister. I don't know how credible that is. Somebody told me that. I don't know if it's true or not, but someone told me that. And they don't have kids together, but he has kids, or she has kids from another marriage. That's what I heard.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, I don't know how true that is though, so don't quote me on that, but I heard that from somebody.
Block thinking. But I think from when I made my predictions of how this thing was gonna go, I made it off the fact that we've already seen America's already seen a situation exactly like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like as a whole, the justice system wouldn't necessarily blow this over,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just outside looking in. And because we've seen Eric Gardner, right? We've
Mm-hmm.
seen how that was like a complete fumble,
Yeah.
right? And so in this situation, clear video showing us what's going on, and the mayor or the chief of the police department in that department or just the precinct fired all four of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, they're correcting their actions. They're taking accountability,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's when I was like, all right, in this situation, someone's gonna get arrested. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they're going to go to trial, and jail times will be served.
Yeah.
Has to.